I'd like to express my appreciation to everyone for giving us the time to attend to our students. We've spent most of the day at the hospital and helping out our families, and we appreciate your patience and understanding in that. At 8 o'clock this morning, we had a one-vehicle accident occurring in one of our school buses. We had 27 students on that bus. It was traveling east on the Colfax-Manson Road when it lost traction and left the road and rolled over on its side. At the time, the first responder on the scene was the Perry Township EMS unit. We'd like to express our gratitude to them for all the work that they did. We'd also like to express our gratitude for the state police, Indiana State Police, and the Clinton County Sheriff's Department for their prompt action. We believe that they handled things very professionally, and we appreciate the comfort that they added to the situation. As I mentioned, 27 students were passengers on the bus. They ranged in age from kindergarten to sophomore in high school. 23 students were injured and transported to St. Vincent's of Frankfort by school bus. On the school bus, we had our school nurse and our assistant high school principal who helped transport the kids. After they were evaluated on the scene by the EMS unit, they were placed on the bus with supervision and taken to Frankfort for further evaluation. We had 4 students who were transported by ambulance. 3 were transported to Frankfort, and 1 was transported to Lafayette. He was experiencing some back pain and was routed to Lafayette for evaluation. We're very pleased to say that at this time all students are with their families. They've been released. They're healthy. They're bumped and bruised. We had 1 broken bone. But for the most part, and I think you've all seen the pictures of the bus, we're very grateful that the students came out as healthy as they did. We'd like to again express our gratitude to a great number of people and the organizations that responded quickly and professionally. I mentioned the Perry Township EMS unit was first on the scene. The Indiana State Police and the Clinton County Sheriff's Department all handled the situation very professionally. We'd also like to express our gratitude to our local community. We had many parents who were on the scene who did not have kids on the bus, and some that did, and they all chipped in and helped. We're all very relaxed and came to the aid and comfort of all of our students. So we have a great appreciation for our community and all that they did. We'd also like to thank St. Vincent's Hospital of Frankfort and the IU Medical Center in Lafayette as they handled the emergency without flaw. They treated our kids very well, handled the situation with the families extremely well, and from that standpoint things could not have gone any better. Our kids were in good care. At the beginning of each school year, we practice emergency evacuation plans on our school bus. We did it in the first week of school. Before as the kids come to school, they go through the emergency evacuation, in which they go out the back door and students help each other evacuate. And I'd like to encourage everyone in all schools to continue that practice, as that came across very flawlessly today. As the bus was laying on its side, our students opened the back door. Our older students carried students out the back. We had a parent who showed up on the scene, held the door up as the students were carried out the back, and the preparedness plan went extremely well. I'd also like to commend our school staff for their quick action. Our principals and school nurse reacted to the scene very quickly. They comforted our kids, treated our kids at the scene, in transport to the hospital, and stayed at the hospital until all students were released to their families. So again, we'd like to express our gratitude to everyone in our community who saw the need and stepped up and came to the aid of our children. Thank you.
What do you know at this time as far as the cause of this accident?
Right now it's being investigated by the Indiana State Police, and we do not know at this time any other facts other than she was traveling east on the Colfax-Manson Road and left the road in some manner.
Is this a veteran driver? What can you tell us about this driver?
The driver is a first-year driver, is a substitute driver. has been trained, is licensed by the state, has had several training sessions. In fact, she's had 17 training sessions for driving. She's had 12 sessions in which she has driven with passengers on the bus with direct supervision. So she started in July and has been trained and has had experience with kids on the bus.
Based upon what you've seen and you're speaking with investigators, does this look to be anything more than just an unfortunate, perhaps tragic accident?
We believe so. We don't believe there's any other cause, except for wet roads, and from that point, that's all we know. But there were no other extenuating circumstances that we're aware of.
To your knowledge, was the driver given a breathalyzer or was blood drawn?
Yes, and that is a drug test was administered immediately. She was transported to the Frankfurt Hospital, and a drug test was given. And I think that's standard practice by the state police.
Was it negative?
We don't have those results back yet.
You ever had anything like this happen up here before?
No, we have not.
Magnitude?
No.
I mean, in addition to being the superintendent, the educator, probably also a parent.
Oh, yeah.
When you heard this morning, what went through your mind? What went through your heart?
Well, first of all, the first reaction that you have, and talking with administrators that they have, and I'm sure all of our parents had, your stomach turns flip-flops and turns inside out, and then the adrenaline kicks in, and it's like, okay, we have a job to do. We've been prepared for this. We have training for this, and you go into action. And in talking with our administrators, they expressed the same type of feeling as they got the news. But once they got on the scene, their training kicked in, took care of our kids, and there'll be a situation that as we debrief and review our procedures, that it will probably kick back and we'll all be parents again.
When you review your procedures, do you also review the idea of hoping or wishing that you had seat belts or other safety measures on the bus to keep the kids safer?
Well, that's a good question, and that is not something that I can stand here with 100% certainty and tell you that seat belts would have been a good situation in this case or a bad situation. The bus is on its side. Half of our kids would have been suspended in air if they were strapped in. Again, with the ages of kids from kindergarten to sophomore in high school, would we be able to safely get them out of those seat belts and those harnesses in that situation where the bus is on its side? If the bus is upright, then yeah, it looks like a better deal. But when it's on its side or upside down, now you got another situation. So I don't have a good answer for you, but it's a tough question.
Was there a video camera on this? Is there any video of what happened?
Yeah, we did have a video camera on, and it's in the possession of the Indiana State Police to help them with their investigation.
You didn't make a copy for us, did you?
No, it's not in our possession right now.
You
Sorry.
mentioned a broken bone. Do you know if it was an arm, a leg, a cheekbone?
Of the 27 kids, we had one arm that was broken.
Does that surprise you, given what happened there today, that those many children walked out of there?
Once again, I think you've seen the pictures, and yes, it shocks me. But as you look at the integrity of the bus, it's a testament to the way those buses are built. For that thing to be on its side, and we've all seen the damage to the bus, that for the kids to walk away with some severe bumps and bruises, but only one broken bone out of 27 students is amazing.
How often does she, right here, how often does she drive? That's okay. I know you said she's a first-year driver, but how often is she on the road? Like once a week, or she's just the sub, the first two?
Yeah, she's a sub, and,
Okay.
and this has been her 6th trip
Okay.
by herself. And again, she's had 12 sessions where she has hauled students and had direct supervision on the bus with her.
And she was the only adult on the
Yes.
bus, right? Okay.
Correct.
Was this the first time she had been on this route?
That I don't know.
Have you had a chance to talk to any of the kids personally, or any of the parents of any of the kids, to get their reaction to what happened?
And just in the hospital. We spent most of the day in the hospital with our kids, and the other administrators were there as well. And they were shaken, but they were they were in good spirits. You know, they were glad that they were okay, and they were very concerned about each other. You know, and you know, which we were very pleased about. You know, it's a small community and it's a tight-knit community, and people are very close. And but no reaction, adverse reaction, or anything else other than thank you for taking care of our kids, and we're glad everybody's okay, and you know, everybody going about their business.
Did anybody return to school, or did they all go home?
No, we released everybody to go home.
Before I forget to ask, can you say and spell your full name for us?
Sure. Oh, I'm sorry. Chris Sampson, Sampson, and I am superintendent of Clinton Prairie Schools.
When will she be allowed to go back to work? What's the status of that?
Well, right now, she will not be allowed to go back to work until a full investigation is complete.
Okay.
Okay, well, I thank everyone for taking the time to come out today, and again, thank you for your concern and thank you for your help.
Thanks.
Good